My buddy Steve and I, we fancy ourselves expert anglers. Not really, we like to fish. Sometimes we catch something, but mostly, it's about the experience, the camaraderie, and the stories we get to tell afterward. You know, the kind of stories that get better with each retelling. This time, we were going to a river teeming with giant trout, or so the internet said. We had spent hours researching the best spots, reading reviews, and watching videos of other anglers reeling in massive fish. Our excitement was through the roof. We packed the car rods, tackle box, snacks, very important, the snacks. We had everything we needed for a successful trip. Steve even brought a new fishing hat he claimed was his lucky charm. I wasn't so sure, but hey, every little bit helps, right? Steve even brought his waterproof camera because we were going to document this epic fishing trip. We had visions of capturing every thrilling moment, from the first cast to the triumphant catch. We were ready to make memories and maybe even a viral video. We set off full of hope and enthusiasm. The drive was filled with laughter, fishing stories, and plans for the day. We imagined ourselves as the heroes of our own fishing adventure, conquering the wild and bringing home tales of glory. We got to the riverbank. The place was even more beautiful than we had imagined. The water was clear, the air was fresh, and the sound of the river was like music to our ears. We couldn't wait to get started. Steve was wearing one green waders and one blue one. Don't ask. It was classic Steve, always managing to add a touch of humor to any situation. We both laughed, knowing that this trip was going to be one for the books, mismatched waders and all. The river was... well, it was a river. We baited our hooks, cast our lines, nothing. We waited. A bird pooped on Steve's hat, still nothing. We decided to move to a different spot. Steve tripped over a rock. I laughed. He fell in. I laughed harder. He got out, soaked. He wasn't laughing. We untangled our fishing lines, which had somehow become a single knotted mess. Fishing is a very zen activity. Then, it happened. My rod bent double. The line screamed out. This was it! The big one! I fought valiantly. Steve, still dripping, offered unhelpful advice. Reel it in! He yelled, like I wasn't already trying to reel in what felt like a small car attached to my fishing line. The fish jumped, a silvery flash in the sunlight. It was huge! The elusive fish and a soaked camera. The battle raged, my arms ached. I could feel the strain in every muscle as I fought to reel in what felt like the catch of a lifetime. The sun was setting, casting a golden hue over the water, making the moment feel almost surreal. The fish surged, one last time, and then silence. The line went slack, it got away. The water calmed and the ripples faded, leaving me standing there, breathless and defeated. It was as if the river itself was mocking me, returning to its serene state as if nothing had happened. Dejected, I reeled in my empty hook. The emptiness of the hook mirrored the emptiness I felt inside. All that effort, all that anticipation, and for what? An empty line and a story of the one that got away. Steve patted me on the back, which would have been comforting if he wasn't soaking wet. He had his own battle with the river, and it seemed the river had won. His clothes clung to him, dripping with water, adding a touch of humor to the otherwise disappointing moment. He decided to cheer me up by filming my misery with his waterproof camera. For posterity, he said with a grin. The irony of the situation wasn't lost on me. Here we were, two grown men defeated by a fish in a river, trying to find humor in our misfortune, which promptly stopped being waterproof. It started smoking. The look on Steve's face was priceless. His prized waterproof camera, now a smoking relic of our failed fishing trip. It was the final twist in our day of mishaps. I laughed. He did not. The absurdity of it all was too much to handle. Sometimes all you can do is laugh at the unexpected turns life throws your way. Steve, however, was less amused, staring at his smoking camera with a mix of disbelief and frustration. Subscribe for more fishing follies. Welcome back, fellow anglers and adventure seekers. So, we didn't catch the big one. Or anyone really, but hey, that's fishing for you. Sometimes the fish just aren't biting, no matter how much you try. But we did get soaking wet, tangled lines and a bird-pooped-on hat. It's all part of the adventure, right? The unexpected moments are what make these trips memorable. All in all, a successful fishing trip. Because it's not just about the catch, it's about the camaraderie, the laughs, and the stories we create along the way. Want to see more of our fishing adventures, the highs, the lows, and everything in between? We've got plenty more where that came from, including Steve's unfortunate incident with the poison ivy. Of course you do. It's all part of the unpredictable fun that makes each trip unique. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Adventures in Angling Sort of. New videos every week featuring epic fails, near misses, and the occasional fish, maybe. Join us for more laughs, more mishaps, and maybe, just maybe, a big catch. See you on the water.